Hello and welcome back to another episode of An Achronist. We're back. I'm back. Yeah. Let's just not talk about things. Let's just get right in there. We'll pick criminal daughter and whatever, I guess. Well, I guess this is also criminal Anne, but this is the more criminal Anne. I don't know. Oh, that was weird there, right? That didn't... It doesn't work there. That's a weird bug. Because it works here to change that, and then it works... Nope, that's not right. No, it worked. Do we have to wait for it to stop spinning? I guess, yeah. But not always, no. maybe let's not do that anymore. Let's maybe just start praying again. I don't know what did we accomplish last time. What did we do last time? We did the heist, right? And then at the end I wanted to go to the bar and it crashed. Is that what happened? Maybe. I don't remember now. But let's just go right back in with the money bags, McGee, and then we'll just buy the dress and get the clothes for Matt, and then we'll go to the bar and see what's there. Because we don't really know about that sort of quest line yet. Good morrow, yes, good morrow, Pete. What's up? Buy this. Oh, I haven't sold yet, right? Sorry, Pete. Sell the phone. What are you offering? Got a phone. It's a cheap one and it's out of battery. A phone, you know, we see those sometimes since time is so weird here. It would make a great conversation piece. I'll give you 250 gold. Very good. What did the blackmail thing do with him? I forgot. Buy the dress. Buy the mask. I still don't know what this does or this. Yeah, Selma, shut up. Come on. We're going... Oh, we need the key. Right. Because we can't lockpick. No, I'll take it. Bye, Pete. See you today. Because I always see you today, because that's the only day that exists. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah. We've done all of this. Oh, it looked like it was gonna crash there for a second. It got stuck on yo. But no, we're fine. We're fine. It's not gonna crash today. Today is horror. On its own, it doesn't need this game crashing on top of it. So, we'll be fine. We'll be just fine. No crashes. Is that everything? I never know. I mean, I can't know, right? We've never been in there. No, this... Yeah, we also need to do this still with the... Yeah, shut up, Charity. Why can I not skip you? Oh, because there's new dialogue, I skipped it. Matt has drawn closer to you and is eyeing the Duchess with amused distaste. No one. Is he a servant? No. She doesn't fix a strand of hair. Good heavens, what a handsome carib he is. And do you have a sweetheart, little sir? I should think you will one day. With that slender build, you must share your dieting secrets with me. They're clearly working splendidly for you. I lost my home and starved for months. It's done wonders. She turns back to you. It was good meeting you. I do hope I will see you at the bar this evening. God be with you. I don't think I've ever hated anyone more in my life. Yeah, she's not very nice. When's the bar start? At 6? 7. Do we just skip ahead until 7? I don't know what else to do. I don't know what we need to do on this, like... no, let's ignore them. We've listened to that before. A fanfare blares from within the castle. A doorman rolls his eyes. Invitation? Yep, there you go. Alright, get in, you smelly rat bags. Oh, and Miss Barrett, tell your dizzy aunt to watch her mouth. Sure, that's us, yes. A beaming girl rushes to greet you and drops a neat curtsy. You do likewise. Well, hello there, welcome, welcome, esteemed guests of mine. So delighted to have you join us this evening. Aurelia, is that? Alright. Thank you, it's a pleasure to be here. No, it is I, Aurelia, who enjoy the greater pleasure since I received the joy of your company tonight. She furrows her pretty brow. Forgive me, it's Lady Anne. Anne, yes, it was on the tip of my tongue. You must excuse me, it's been an eternity. Well, yes and no. And that means this must be, Matt. Matt? Of course, young Matthew. My, how you've changed. I scarcely recognize you. Matt bows, slack-jawed and wide-eyed. Do come in. I'm so thrilled to see what gift you have brought me. Oh, that's bad. You rifle through your bag. The mask, sure. You push Matt forward and he offers her the gift. Oh. She dangles the gift between her thumb and forefinger. Not quite what I had in mind. I'll have the butler put it with the rest. She resumes her sunny expression. So the gift is in the library. We need to steal it next time. Well, it's been splendid catching up, but I must make the rounds now. It's the hostly thing to do after all. Do enjoy the party, she says as she's already walked off. Matt tugs on your sleeve, not meeting your eyes. Look at them. Anne? Yes? Before I asked you what you meant when you said you understood me on that stone path, what did you mean? What happened? Did it get better? Anne? I don't want to talk about it, and tonight's not about what happened to me, it's about you, avoiding what happened to me. A royal fanfare rings out, grinding the party to a halt. Presenting Sir Matthew and Lady Anne. The entire room turns to look at you both, and Matt flushes. You curtsy and stare hard at him until he bows. After a few seconds, the chatter starts back up again. Smooth. Was this the door? This area is off limits, ma'am. She straightens up and gestures for you to head back to the party. She? Why is that? Because Lady Torrington doesn't want little snot-nosed devils like you sniffing around in the throne room, that's why. I was just asking. Let's leave for now. But remember that you can't blackmail. It looks like some kind of modem. There's a yellow cable attached to it that feeds into the wall. There's a serial number written on the side. It reads... Okay. ZK781C457L3 Theodosia. The password part of the label has been graffitied over in thick black marker. It now reads futility with ones instead of I's. Interesting. Don't know if you need to retain that information. We might as well. A gaggle of 12 and 13-year-olds have gathered in the middle of the hall. They barely come up to your shoulders. You feel a little out of place. Harper, you ask me for the truth, so I'm giving you the truth, gentlemen. They're going to marry her off. That's what this big party is really all about. Deputing her to the ranking families. All that wealth is no good unless she has the right connections, you know? Old Merrick's so keen on running off into wars, he's bound to die sooner or later. Keep your voice down. Alright, but Lady Thea's sure got her eyes on succession. They'll be scouting for potential son-in-laws. This is a big dukedom, right? A woman can't run this place on her own. Then what is Lady Theo doing, Cretin? Not running the place, in my opinion. She's drinking herself to death to spite her lord, or so I hear. They both snicker. You know, I don't think she's scheming. She'll let Aurelia marry anyone, a stable boy even. She doesn't care. Well, I think Aurelia will make a fine first-rate lady of the manor, husband or no. Why, if there were a Nobel Prize for sweet nature, Nobel Prize for sweet nature. There's a prize for nobility? Do the judges know about my family breeding? They mustn't, otherwise surely... Do be quiet, Charity. I merely had one of those verbal slips Lauderdale is famous for. Curse this town. Where were we? We were talking about Aurelia and how marriageable she is. Interesting. Ah, yes. And not just Aurelia, I'm sure. For yes, Aurelia has her charms, but I'm confident that our parents and the other gentry would agree, all the girls here, this isn't about you, Charity. Have their allurements and attractions and would make equally eligible matches. Would anyone care to taste the... No one wants your blasted punch, Charity. Stop offering. Oh yeah, the love potion. I was merely suggesting, can we please get back to the game? Truth or dare, anyone? I dare one of the boys to drink this punch. Charity, I am the arbiter of this game, and I dare you to shut your mouth, leave our midst, and not speak to me again this night. But I dare you. Charity looks helplessly from one face to another. Brushing, she struggles to her feet and stumbles away. Thank heaven she's gone. I couldn't stand her voice for even one more second. I sympathize, Harper, but that wasn't kind. It was kind to us. That's a good way to look at it, I guess. Let's return to prey. Harper turns to Matt. Okay, new blood. Truth or dare? Me? Yes, you. What, do you need to check with your babysitter? Pick one. Matt is frozen to the spot. He seems unable to speak. You lean over and hiss an answer in his ear. I don't know. Let's go with the dare, I guess. I dare you to steal some silverware from the table. Is that all? What do you mean, is that all? I'm asking you to steal from your host, who is a duchess. You could get in so much trouble. Are you calling my bluff, fool? Because I don't think you even know how to steal a... Matt unbuttons his waistcoat. A clatter of knives, spoons, and variously sized forks hits the floor. The other boys whoop and slap him on the back. Harper sniffs and tosses her hair. Alright, whose turn is next? Perhaps my baby cousin, Frederick. I dare you to grow a spine. William, what a guy. I do have a spine, says Frederick. Edith. Oh, Edith is here too. There's too many people on the screen. For your cheek, you can have another turn, William. What will it be? Since you just had a dare, how about a truth? A truth? If we're going to do a truth, I nominate the new blood again. We need to get to know each other. What an excellent suggestion. Okay, well, as we're not acquainted, let's learn a little something about each other, since the subject is fresh. Which of these three males in our current company do you think Aurelia would be wisest to marry? Marry? Oh, no need to be coy. Are you coy by nature? I suppose we shall learn. But it's just harmless fun, is it not? Well, we're all waiting. Harper, he doesn't know any of the males here. Ask him something else. Doesn't know them? Well, we'd best effect some introductions. Boys? A burly boy with a sparse mustache grins at you. I'm William. Hi. I once bit the face off a squirrel for a bet. That sounds plausible, yes. I like riding and hunting and boxing. You box much? And I look like this. He rips off his shirt, revealing a sheet of muscle. Sure, okay. And what could you offer if you were to marry darling Aurelia? I would marry Aurelia because Aurelia needs a strong protector, someone to rule her dukedom and prevent upstart peasants from giving her disrespect. I could do that. Wonderful. George? George leans forward to shake Matt's hand. I'm George Fitzgerald. I'll be a baronet when I'm older. Are you an eldest son too? Or... no matter, I'll not get ahead of myself. I like hunting too, and he's very romantic, says Georgette. George and Georgette? Sure. Thank you, dearest. I'm also... and you can see how handsome he is. If I married cousin Aurelia... But you don't really want to marry Aurelia, do you, George? You've already made your mind up about who you want to marry. For the sake of the game, dearest, if, hypothetically, I were to marry Aurelia, who is not my beloved, I could offer her companionship since I am so good at making connections. But you won't, because you promised... Thank you, dearest. Okay, last but not... well, Frederick, your turn. She's really rude. I'm Frederick. I hate public speaking. No need, little cousin, I will speak on your behalf. Frederick is a pathetic, mealy, boneless little piss-mire of a man. He has no noteworthy talents or accomplishments, and he's absolutely hopeless with girls. But at least he's hung like a tapeworm, so he wouldn't trouble the bride much on her wedding night. Hey. Well, there you go. Introductions all around, so our friends. Now face your fate or none of us shall like you. Which of the gentlemen here do you think would make the best husband? Don't be shy. Matt pleads for help with his eyes. Frederick, of course. William bursts out laughing, and so does half the group. Frederick! Oh goodness, darling, she can have him. There's no cure. Harper wipes her eyes. And here I thought I was the funny one. Poor Frederick. Alright, whose turn is next? It should be Edith next. Someone could dare her to talk. It seems you've just nominated yourself, William. What will it be? Enough with truth. Time for a dare. Harper leans forward and glances into William's cup. Oh, almost empty. Harper pours a drink into William's goblets. Drink. William puts a hand on his stomach. I don't know, Harper. I already feel giddy. Come, William. No need to act like a death's head at a feast. I'm not asking you to waltz nude up and down the great hall. I only dared you to drain the gas. Harper raises her empty goblet in encouragement. Oh, alright then. I'll drink if everyone drinks. Raise your glasses to Aurelia. Let's toast. William pinches his nose and knocks the punch back into one. All the other guests do the same. Goodness me, you drink like a Viking. I've already seen you much worse, Harper. Harper turns red. That was one time. Alright, whose turn is next? This is a very long game. George, you haven't done one in a while. Phew. I'll do a truth. Oh goody. A truth. Tell me this. Do you think, my dear friend, the Lady Aurelia to be the most beautiful, the most elegant, the most eligible, poor Georgette, female at this ball tonight? As the lady of the hour, I could not say no and call myself a gentleman. Aurelia is the best of women and shall make the most wonderful of wives. Well, I guess. George jumps. The dearest? Aurelia will make the best of wives. You prefer Aurelia to me? You swine, you womanizer, you shall never take me to the altar. Weeping, she flees from the room. Someone go and check on her. I'm starting to find her tiresome. No one else moves, so George finishes his gas. I need some fresh air anyway. Alright. Everyone's moving. What's going on? Everything has changed. I told him not to let Harper look after her own invitation, didn't I, Edmund? But he insisted Harper is almost of age now and must start assuming responsibility. Goodness, what a terrifying notion. Lord Wimborne. Indeed, my charity is just a few months behind your daughter. It feels as though they were babes but yesterday. Where do the summers go? Have you found Harper a husband yet? Ugh. Well, I mean... Lord Wimborne snickers. I've discovered some disconcerting love letters in her chamber. Love letters? How restrained. Gone are the days of good old-fashioned roar around behind the barn, eh? Ah, just me then. Well, really, there are ladies present. You were saying? Those love letters. Ah, yes. Well, what do they say? I didn't read the entire blasted series, Cedric. It's tedious adolescent erotica for the most part, with atrocious spelling, puppy dogs, and rainbows dribble. I read just enough to know that this illiterate boy, whoever he is, shall not wed my daughter. Ooh, I can't imagine that went down well with Harper. I'm yet to tell her. Beg your pardon? Lord Wimborne, once you've raised 3 girls, you learn that intervention is best reserved when absolutely necessary, and Harper is young for her age, still so flighty and tempestuous. We were both young ones. Boys are fickle. I'm sure he'll grow dissatisfied and move on to somebody else. She'll suffer a little heartache, then our affairs will be back in order. If God wills it. He usually does. I'll drink to that. Have you seen my sister, young lady? Lady Wimborne. I don't know who you are. I swear she's not better now than when she was a girl. She was always sneaking out of parties to be with her Merrick. So handsome he was then. Of course, he used to... No! No. Oh man, it crashed, I guess. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. I just needed to copy the crash log out before I restart the game. Otherwise it becomes useless anyway. I guess let's do the same thing again. Do we want anything else? I don't know if we do. So we'll just pick up mats. And we'll go and do this bit. And this time, what will we do this time? Oh yeah, the present, the gift. That's what we need to do. I don't know if this is a good present, but it's probably the best we have. Let's blackmail him. You bore your fist and lean towards the boy. Tell me something interesting, or I'll go to Remedio and tell him what a disappointment you are. You want information? Oh, I know, you might find this interesting. Someone's little mind-reading trick. It doesn't work on drunk people. It makes sense to me. I barely know what I'm thinking when I'm sauced? But I reckon that's why Selma gets on with the Duchess so well, because, you know, she never knew what she was thinking. Mind you, Lady Thea's told Selma what she thinks of her 1,000 times. Ah, yeah, we can't get out there. It's annoying. I forgot, we need to wait for the whore. Right here. There we go. Still don't know what's up with the guy below the thing. Take it. Goodbye. Didn't even say anything this time. Oh, we never got the ladder, right? That's why. Maybe. It's fine. 5, 6, 7. Oh, we never got the invitation. Oh. Can we talk our way in? To the point? I like it. See, here's the thing. I did have my invitation, but no invite, no entry. Too many things to remember. I also don't really know what we need to do in there just yet. Like the obviously like the path, I don't know. It feels like maybe we need to matchmake, but I don't know if Matt is the, I don't know. No. I hate everything. It's just a very frustrating day. Incredibly frustrating. The key. Leave. Oh yeah, Matt. I'll take him now, I guess. The invites, then the whore, then the gift, then the bar. It just takes so long to walk from A to B. It takes more than an hour to walk all the way up and down again. Oh, the close first, yes. It's just too many steps. Too many steps. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Like, this is fine. The crashing is annoying. All of this is fine, though. And, like, 95% of my frustration are not caused by this. Games are. By Minecraft instead, which is a very frustrating game at times. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, there we go. Take it. And to the castle we go. We have everything, right? Both are, both Anne and Matt are wearing fancy stuff. We have the invitation, we have the gift, we have everything we need. There we go. I've got you this. You push Matt forward and he offers her the gifts. Goodness, it's wrapped with such artistry. How marvelous of you, Matthew. She inspects the tag and reads it aloud. Happy name day, my Lady Aurelia. Best wishes from Deacon A? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Is this Alexander's present? Did I not tell you? I'm a deacon now. Deacon A for Anne. Very funny, Anne. Sorry. She rolls her eyes but can't suppress a giggle. I wonder what's keeping Deacon Alexander. He told me he wouldn't miss it for a world. She shrugs and gestures for you to head upstairs. Well, it's been splendid catching up, but I must make the rounds now. It's the hosty thing to do. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Do we do the truth or dare thing again? I don't know. Oh, a fresh face. And whose presence are we graced with here? Anne. Lady Anne. Delighted to meet you, Lady Anne. Charmed, my dear. And down here? Matt looks at you. You nod encouragingly. It's Matt. Delighted. How do you find the hors d'oeuvres, Anne? Ravishing or ravenous? Ravishing. Simply ravishing. I concur. Theodosia always puts on the divine spread. The latest canvas hasn't escaped my notice. Come again? Surely you did not miss Merrick's new portrait. Oh, right. Well, if you ask me, it's a prideful thing to hang in one's hall, though at least he's using all that cash to be with his family in some fashion. Cedric. I'm just giving my opinion, Gwen. Am I wrong, Anne? What do you think of it? All eyes fall on you. Me? Oh, I'm not much of an art critic. Nonsense. Every parlour-maid and shoeshine has an opinion these days. Edmund, don't be cruel. Do tell us, how would you describe the Duke's new portrait? We haven't looked at it. It's opulent. Indeed, just utterly palatial. Utterly palatial, yes. The nobles murmured their agreement. Heavens, such an articulate girl. You have a quick mind. You should go on a game show. Whatever that is. Delighted to make your acquaintance. Likewise. Upstairs is out of bounds. He gives Matt a long look. Plates? Clatter in the kitchen. No guests in the scullery, ma'am. That slop isn't fit for a beast. Throw it out. Out, I say. What's in here? Mother, why aren't you out there with the guests? Because I hate all of them. You don't hate them, Mother. They're our friends and family. Please put the wine away. There's sherry out in the hall if you must drink. This stuff is stronger. Please, on today of our days. Today of our days, it is more necessary than ever. I'm surprised you don't have more of a tipple yourself. So much fussing over guest lists and gifts. Gifts are important, Mother. I didn't know I'd raise such a material child. I am not a material child. How else are we to know how people value us? The thoughtfulness of a gift shows our standing with the other noble families. With Father away longer and longer, the legitimacy of our charter is weakened, and we need to know who cares for us. We may need to call on them if... Ha! Trust me, my daughter, none of it matters. No one cares who rules a backwater village in the middle of nowhere. The villagers don't, and the king probably has no idea if Merrick's at home or not. And if we do need to defend our charter, these satin-clad snakes should be the last people we rely on. They wouldn't risk their own positions. Well, you still shouldn't hide in the back room, guzzling wine and insulting everybody. I feel like that's exactly what you should do, though. Why? Oh, do tell me why. Because Father would never approve. Your father? Ha. Haha. That's a weird face. Lots of laughing, sure. Theodosia crumples on the floor, spasming uncontrollably. Tears are trickling down her cheeks. Your father. Aurelia blinks. Then she quietly slips out of the room. Still just... Yep. She lifts her head off the floor and takes another swig of wine. Yep, she's pretty drunk. And amused. She's a happy drunk, at least. That's good. Or better than the alternative, at least. What's out here? Edith. Frederick. Charity. Best leave them to it. Leaves him to what? Apparently, Cupid had no head. It makes sense. That's Nerdling Cow. That conniving Two-Face. Who does she think she is? Harper? No, Aurelia. All the boys declaring their love for her. What a svelte head she must have. I bet that's why she threw this birthday ball, just to sweep away all the eligible men folk before the rest of us even got our chance. She wants to see us all spinsters. William. George. George. Hush, my forsaken sister, take courage. Even bashful Frederick. All this fawning, adoration, and does she deserve it? No. Sniffer. No? No. She's scheming and selfish and she thinks she's too good for us. She's barely spoken to us. Her childhood friends all night since we arrived here, too busy kissing up to the adults and collecting presents. Greedy. Yes. And yet such poor taste. I don't know what she's doing in that dress, but Lady Theo shouldn't have indulged her. And she keeps the lowest company. I swear I've seen commoners wandering around here tonight. Or this male attention, but she doesn't think of her repute. She's utterly unworthy of the affections of our boys, or of us. Exactly, so are we in agreement that we all hate Aurelia now? I say aye. Sniffer, aye. Why does Edith not talk? I wanna know. Arabella. She's new? She wasn't part of the group before, right? So, I notice you don't have a bow at the moment. That's not because you're ugly or anything. Look at those Gaber hips. You could pop out triplets of those. Your face isn't too bad either, you know? Very charming, this young man here. Clearly that's how you talk to a lady. You know, I also am considered quite gifted in that department. And you've seen my arms. My sporting master says I'm prodigious strong for one yet not 15. It doesn't look very strong. It looks like a nerd. Did I ever tell you I can carry a pig under each arm? I could carry you if you want. As in, I could carry you out of the party. It's starting to drag a little anyway. Shall we find somewhere more exclusive, with less rabble? I mean, we could talk more about how pretty you are. No, thank you. Good decision. Oh dear, I hope they get more tolerable when we grow up. I wouldn't hold my breath. Don't count on it, yeah. Who's this? Who are you? You're leaving. What a weird... I mean, there are like timed events, I'm sure. Well, that's George, right. Should have recognized him. Well, this is a fine mess. One friend gets kicked out of the castle, and another pairs off with the oddest wench at the party, and my sweetheart publicly rejects me and now speaks of fleeing to an African convent. Who paired off with the oddest wench at the party? Frederick? I don't know. I didn't think I was that bad with girls. Do excuse me, the alcohol makes me run my mouth. I don't habitually pour out my problems to strangers. What was your name again? Arabella. Good to meet you, Arabella. Likewise, and there's no problem. I would rather hear horror stories than participate in them. It seems everyone had an adventure tonight but me. I'm amazed I was so lucky. I envy your position. The rest of us have all been afflicted with heartbreak, with wild delusions or alcohol poisoning. Some of us are free. Such disaster. Speaking of disaster, is Aurelia alright? I haven't seen her in a while. She seems to be recovering. Bodily at least, if not spiritually. Which I think goes to show how young she still is, even for 13. I retract what I said earlier. She's obviously not yet eligible for marriage. Not while she's yet so at the mercy of her feelings. As you were saying, despite this night's trials, I think you two have comported yourselves with grace. I'm afraid the same can't be said for our hostess. Her lack of control over tonight's festivities just proves she's not quite mature enough to be a lady of the manor. Did you see the frightful scene between her and William? Does it not show that she's still too unrefined for authority? I have no idea what you're talking about. No. No? No, I don't agree with your opinion of our friend who invited you here into her house. Actually, Lady Theodosia invited me into her house, which is kind of her, of course. She drains the last of her wine. Would you like a refill, Arabella? You seem a little uptight. Thank you for the offer, Harper, but I don't want to lose grip of my faculties. Heaven knows what I might say. I was merely suggesting... Harper, for the love of God, please stop talking. George, this is not the sort of company I'm accustomed to keeping. Nor I, my lady. Perhaps we should. Yes. I know a place down by the river. It's beautiful. Very romantic. Romantic? Must I get out of here? You know I do. Okay, so that's how that happens. Which reminds me, I haven't spoken to my brother-in-law yet. It's been too long. Sorry to disappoint you, but Merrick couldn't make it. To his own daughter's birthday? My lord can't forego his royal duties just because someone was born on some second Sunday years ago. Sacrifices must be made. Well, yes, but I thought, you know, it's not just somebody. What could be so important? Gwendolyn, he's not here. You'll have to catch up some other time. Lady Wimborne affects a gasp. Theodosia, not keeping him from me, are you? She giggles playfully. So, how is he keeping anyway? Still fighting those bothersome Franks? I'd rather eat glass than continue this conversation. I need a drink. She turns her back on Lady Wimborne and stalks away. Alright, there's too much going on here. Well, hello there, enjoying yourself? The party is great. He gestures towards Theodosia and smirks. I'm not sure she feels that way. It's a nice green monocle I haven't noticed yet. How do you mean? I suspect she was hoping to find a suitor for young Aurelia at the party tonight. However, it seems Aurelia hasn't taken a shine to any of the boys here. He turns to Matt and pats him on the shoulder. Might have missed your chance now, young man. Aurelia's quite a catch. I'd be astounded to see you do better. Matt tugs at his belt. I doubt I'm what she's looking for. Hogwash. Women are odd creatures. Sometimes they desire things just because they know they shouldn't. Can't hurt to say hello, can it? I suppose not. Lord Barrett chortles. Suppose. He supposes. Where is she, though? What does she look like? Is she outside? Chochette is sobbing on the ground. Even Edith is able to find love, but what of poor Chochette? How I endure God's scornful wrath. What hubris must he find me guilty of to impose such severe punishment? That philanderer, that snake underfoot, how can I go on, Edith? Does he not know how he ended my life with his wandering eye and careless tongue? He has ruined my happiness. Don't look at me like that, Edith. It's just figure of speech. I know my life is not literally over. He did not literally end my life. Does it therefore follow that he did not literally ruin my happiness for all time? What am I saying? I don't need a man to be happy. I don't need a man for anything. Sweet Jesus. I think I'm having an epiphany. Lord, my mind is racing. Witness me, earth and heaven. Witness me, Edith. I, Chochette, do hereby renounce love. I renounce my ambitions of marriage and renounce men in their entirety. Forever and for true, I swear to dedicate my life to the betterment of humankind, and in particular to female kind, and never again look with desire on any duplicitous heartbreaker, which is to say I will never look on George or any other member of his sex ever again. My maidenhead will be my fortress of principle. My achievements will be a monument to the joys and nobility of the single life. Ah, thank you, Edith. You always give such good counsel. I think I might be sick. She vomits into a bush. Edith hands her a bucket and rubs her back. Alright, no, everyone's leaving again. What a to-do this is. William gone, Arabella and George disappeared. Heaven knows what's become of Frederick and as for Chochette. Edith, Harper, I'm afraid it's up to us now. We must confront Aurelia about her selfish, stuck-up behavior and the way it's ruined this party. She must be held accountable. Are you with me, girls? I quite agree, Charity. You do? As painful as it may be, I think we have a duty to tell Aurelia how her childish actions have affected the rest of us. Our grave mission must be to explain her shortcomings to her and urge her to humility. Perhaps then she will repent and mend her ways. Right, exactly. So join me then. I will, sweet Charity. What about you, Edith? Edith? What's she doing? Edith roots through the bush. She picks up the sick bucket George has left behind and runs back over to Harper. She hefts it thoughtfully. Then she upends the contents onto Harper's head. Yeah, I don't think I can do that one justice, so I'll have to read it and should imagine what that sounds like. My dress, my hair. You... Father! Sweet cheese. That was marvelous. How do you say that? Like, the first time around, I assumed it was maybe just the missing S at the end. Sweet cheeses. I mean, like, do you just, I don't know. Like, in German, that's the thing, leaving out the S at the end. But how do you say it in English? Is it cheese? It just sounds weird. Anyway, that was marvelous. I shouldn't love, but I can't help it. Well, I'm getting dizzy. Edith offers her a drink. Oh, thank you, darling. I need a little something to steady me after that spectacle. She takes a long draught. Edith. Edith. Oh, the love potion. You will not confront Lady Aurelia. I will not confront the Lady Aurelia. And you will never believe another word Harper Barrett says. I will never believe another word. You know you're not the only one who can solicit potions from a witch, right, Charity? Oh yes, Edith. Whatever you say, Edith. But oh, this will not be ladylike. She collapses against Edith and throws pink vomit all down Edith's front. My dress. Oh, that's horrible. Oh well. Here we go again. Edith raises her hand to the level of her eye and grasps the gold ring on her little finger. Slowly, she slips it from her hand. Edith? And she's gone. Do you want to talk to Frederick? I don't know. Not really. Who are these two now? Lady Barrett and... oh yeah, what's the name? I say the guardsman is truly ghastly. Which one? The one at the door, the most awful menace I've witnessed in all my years. As I always tell Theodosia, never underestimate the value of a good first impression. In fact, did Lord Parrot tell you? I promoted Ronald to Royal Guard. He does a splendid job of welcoming visitors. Ronald, your elderly butler? Yes, the suit of armor does wonders for his figure, though he does complain about its weight. And if intruders wanted to break in and pilfer your estate, what then? He looks the part, that's enough of a deterrent. And at least he doesn't consider spitting on your shoes grating. Who are you? Alone again, Lady Wimborne. You know, that swamp witch said this would happen. I asked her if I would at least meet new friends at this party, and she said she'd personally introduce me to Madame Guillotine when the time was right, and then she laughed. I don't know who that is, but the name seems foreboding, don't you think? Yeah, it does. Blackmail. I know who you are. And I know what you did. The guard's breathing is ragged, and I know whose heads will roar if the Duke or Duchess ever find out. Who are you? What do you want? Stand aside if you know what's good for you. Okay, I'll move, but the door's locked from the other side. She's right. The door won't budge. She's right. Is that a female guard? I mean, whatever. Like I don't have a problem with that. It just seems weird. The guard's armor clangs as she trembles with fright. It's a female guard, sure. But why is it a female guard? Do they have are there female knights? Is that, I mean, it seems unlikely. Maybe it's a weird Orderdale thing, or maybe there's like story here that we don't know about. Maybe someone's posing as a guard. You won't say anything, right? Not so big now, are you? But what do we get from this? Yeah, it's midnight. So the bar, there's still a lot of stuff happening I don't really know about. We'll have to do that again. I mean, there are at least like a couple of conversations we haven't had yet. I don't know. It seems like we were supposed to matchmake Matt and Aurelia, but I don't... where did she go? I'm confused. Too many people, and too many people are leaving, and just so much stuff to talk about there. I'm not sure. And I mean, it's confirmed now Edith is time traveling too, with a ring as well. That's interesting. I don't know what her end game is. Like, what is she trying to accomplish? But she's definitely meddling in charities and Harper's business as well. I don't know. Maybe next time we go with Witch Anne and do the house thing. What's his name? The guy without the tongue. See where that quest line takes us, because we have two. I think we have 2 endings left, right? Yeah. So I don't know. This one might be the war, and this one the other one, or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, we might go with this one and go back in just to see. We still also don't know what the secret underground thing at the church is. What else do we not know? There's still some items at Peter Pedler's that we haven't bought, so we don't know what they do. And even like the mask, we have bought it, but we don't know what it does. There might also still be a better gift for Aurelia, but I don't know what it is and where we get it. Yeah, I don't know. But we'll see. Hopefully we won't crash too much. And that's it for today. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.